Welcome back to The Hedge with Double D.
The Hedge with Double D.
All right, we got Week 10 NFL picks coming at you. We've already put out college football, but Colin is joining me for NFL. Colin, how you doing? Thank you for joining me.
Doing well, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Glad you're here. It's hard talking to myself, so it's good to have someone to talk to.
You just got to get like two mirrors, then you have it all.
I could do like Walter Blunt style if you've seen Blunt Talk, where he like interviews himself. Has the question set up.
Hey, if you got into like quick change magic, you could make it, split screen back and forth. You'd be onto something there.
Could argue with myself? You're crazy. What are you thinking? All right.
Hey, we already have one Skip Bayless in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need that, but maybe that's how you get big, But we'll get big with good picks, making money, and a couple laughs here and there. You're supposed to laugh when I said that. A couple laughs here and there.
Well, I said just two. That's all you get, viewers at home.
All right. I'll edit to make you look like you're laughing a lot in post.
Perfect.
Excuse me. All right, let's get to it. Week 10. We're not going to do every game, but there's a couple games we're skipping. But we're going to do most of them, starting with I almost said London game, but it is the Frankfurt, right? They're back in Germany again. Nope. Yep.
Yeah, back in Germany.
Back in Germany. The Vaterland. Is that okay to say? We'll edit that out. All right. The Colts -1.5 against the technically home team Patriots. Oh, that's funny. The Patriots are home in Germany. A little ironic. And over under a total of 43.5. Oh man, what a different game from last week that they got. Even though it ended up being not a great game. Much bigger names. So maybe this will be a big fun game. We'll see. I like the Colts. I like Minshew Mania. More that I don't like the Patriots, honestly, than I like the Colts. So we'll take the Colts here at -1.5. They're kind of a mid-level team, and they seem to be slightly better than the other kind of mid-level to bad teams. So what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the fact that Jonathan Taylor is starting to, kind of come into his own, and like you said, Minshew, 1.5 points. The good thing about, a decent amount of these games this week are most of them are kind of a pick 'em because they're so close. So give me the team that I think is better, which is the Colts. I am curious though, like what is the percentage of games that are in London or in Germany that go under? But I do think this one, because I would assume that it would be heavy on the under, but I actually think this bucks the trend and would actually go over just because both defenses aren't the most tight group. Patriots were supposed to be good, but they haven't really shown a whole bunch.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking over too, just kind of surprised, like you said. Like last week was supposed to be the big scoring week. I could see this week kind of being surprisingly much more big. That the Colts can put up big points and give up big points. So, yeah, I kind of like the over there too. We'll see. I don't know. I never know what to think of when they say one team gets there like 3 days earlier than the other team, because I think it's gone back and forth where both teams have won who've gotten there early and late. So, you never know with travel, but. All things aside, I think, I looks like we were in agreement here. Colts -1.5 over 43.5. All right, let's go ahead and start with our pack. Start with the pack. The pack is back, right? We beat a Staffordless Rams who were just terrible and destroyed them. So. Are the pack back, Colin? Are we going to go in? Are we going to beat the Steelers, or are we at least going to cover?
I I don't feel good about this game at all. I have the pit in my stomach for this season at Green Bay is just continuing to deepen. And Pittsburgh is one of those teams that you think like, hey, you can beat them, but the last 3-4 minutes of every game, Pittsburgh's got a chance. So I am going to take Pittsburgh in this one. The under's really low, but I'm going to take the under on this one.
Yeah.
Definitely look at the weather for you meteorologists out there. I don't know what Pittsburgh's got, but it could be cold. Not that Green Bay's affected by that necessarily, but
It's true.
Yeah, give me the -3 Pittsburgh. It hurts my heart. And under. What about you?
Man. I also like the Steelers here, and I think the Packers played a really bad team last week, and the defense was healthy finally, so they looked better. I think Najee Harris is going to get like, excuse me, I think he's going to get like 80 yards and a touchdown. We still just don't have a good rushing defense, so maybe they can stop some of the passing, but I feel like, they've got with Johnson and Pickens, they'll score a touchdown through the air. They'll put up enough points to win and to cover, and I just don't think the Packers are going to score much. I don't know. We seem to have our offense just isn't much, even against a bad Rams team. A lot of field goals. I mean, when you're only giving up 3 points, you're going to get good field position and stuff. So, like you said, I don't have no trust in the Packers. And I guess
it's like even if Aaron Jones goes off, what does that get you at best? Does that get you 2 touchdowns? Like, that would be great, but I just don't see how we're going to put up, 27 points or something like that.
And I just don't see Aaron Jones going off. Ever since his injury, he seems to just kind of they're playing it safe. They're not giving him a lot of touches, and he doesn't really have that explosive touching or whatever, kicking his leg anyway. So we're both on the Steelers. We're both on the under again here. I'm more so on the Steelers than the under. In reality, I'm not going to actually be over. Yeah, much more officially on the Steelers, unofficially on the over. All right. Skipping the Saints Vikings. Only thing I wanted to say was I'm not betting against Josh Dobbs anymore or ever. Last week I didn't think he was going to do it. Last week I didn't think he was going to play, so I took the Falcons, and I think they would have won if he didn't come in. When he came in, I was like, "Oh no!" I knew it. He's going to ruin it.
I think he has like a red phone that like rings like on the sidelines and lets him know how many people have bet against him, and then it just fires him up.
Yep, because I wasn't betting against him again when he was on the Cardinals either, because I just didn't trust it. Like I said, didn't think he was going to play. So don't bet against him. I'm not betting this game. Moving on. This is, to me, I think the most interesting game of the week. 49ers Jags. 49ers have lost 3 straight. Are they going to lose 4 straight? They're favored by 3. But it's at Jacksonville. Total of 45.5. Man, I don't know. The Jags are good. They're really looking good. They started the season off a little slow. 49ers the opposite. Started off hot. Obviously, these injuries. Deebo Samuel has really just like, without him, it seemed to just not be near as good. They got I can't remember. They got someone on defense. Did they get Chase Young at the trade? I think they got Chase Young from the Commanders at the trade. So that's going to make their defense even better, I imagine. Man. So I think I'm leaning towards the under here of 45.5. I could see one of these teams being at 20 points, 17 points. So I think I'm leaning toward the under. Man. And I think I want to take the Jags at +3. I just, until the 49ers prove that they're, can turn this slide around, I like the Jags at home. A little home doggy action. Hard to stay away. What are you thinking?
I thought you were going to pick 49ers so we could disagree.
Oh, no.
I also think the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to win. I was actually looking to see if Peterson beat, when he was with the Eagles, if he beat the 49ers to get to the championship game, because that would be a pretty interesting wrinkle. But I think that Jacksonville's playing really, really well right now. And the fact that they're, I think they could be the AFC darlings that
Mhm.
really kind of go a lot further than you think.
Mhm.
The 45.5, I think that you could go over. Um, but at the same time, 49ers to lose 4 straight, I mean,
Yeah,
that's a tough thing.
I know.
So
Maybe buy it up to plus 3.5, buy the hook to be safe. But
yeah.
I also like Jacksonville on the money line. It's 49ers traveling coast to coast, 12 o'clock or 12 o'clock game, I guess, Central or sorry, 1 o'clock game Eastern time.
Yep.
So it's gonna be early for them, different. They're used to playing the 4 o'clock Eastern, but on the West Coast. So I mean, same thing happened with Seahawks Baltimore last week. Seahawks came coast to coast,
Mhm.
got destroyed. So man, I could see that. I also would lean toward the under in just the first half, just because I could see the 49ers very slow start, kind of under first half, and maybe Jags also first half.
I think whatever you do, put an anytime TD on Etienne and then also McCaffrey.
Caffrey, yeah. I'm guessing what's he at, like minus 200?
Yeah, you'd have to pair it. You'd have to pair it with something.
Yeah.
There's no way that you could get
Yeah.
value on that.
Yep. If you're picking, you'll probably get really good value if you're picking the Jags to win or cover plus his touchdown, because when you go
Yeah,
opposite teams, it really bumps up.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. Texans, Bengals. I think this is another really good game. Texans, CJ Stroud's looking awesome. Definitely, I would imagine, going to be rookie of the year. But the Bengals have turned it around. Burrows looks healthy. He is, they seem to be kind of the hottest team now, maybe, or at least one of the hottest. So, but 6.5 is a lot of points. It's in Cincinnati, but man, a lot of me wants to take the Texans here. I think if I do take the Texans, I'd buy it up to +7 just to be safe. Ah, man, but also, oh man, this is such a tough one. What are you thinking?
I hate you. I now have to I feel like I've got to tell, the 49ers -3. I think as awesome as the Houston story is, I think the Bengals are a better team. I would take the -6.5. I would
Yeah.
also take the over on it, and just roll with that.
Yeah.
So if that means I've got to change my 49ers Jacksonville pick to -3 49ers, I will do that for the people. So it's not, just a mirror that doesn't look like Dawson saying the same thing.
Uh, well, oh man, I know that's tough. I think I'll at least take the under 46.5. Since that's a lot. Um, but I know the Bengals are the better team. I might,
Yeah.
I might like throw this in a money line. I'm sorry, parlay and take the money line or like -2.5, or buy the Texans up to like -9 or +9. Sorry. Oh man, but let's do it. Let's take the Texans +7, and we'll see
Look
if
at
we can
that
have DJ Stroud.
for the people.
I could push it to +7.5, so we could both win at 7 points. But we'll see. We'll keep it.
Look at that.
+7.
I
Yeah.
love it.
All right, +7.5. There we go. Now we wanted to win exactly by 7, but I am taking under. All right, Falcons Cardinals. I'm only going to touch on this for a second. Cardinals, I like them. Dog of the week +1.5. Take them money line. Kyler Murray's back. Falcons aren't good. The Cardinals are gonna be able to score on them. And I don't know. We'll see. Kyler Murray does some fun stuff. He's gonna run around. He's gonna score some touchdowns. And I like them on his first week back. Money line Cardinals. You got anything on this game?
I don't. I don't like either of these teams. I wouldn't trust either of them with, giving a 1.5 or taking a 1.5. So that's a no bet for me.
All right. All right. No bet for Colin. Money line Cardinals for me. Afternoon games. This is another big game. Lions at Chargers. So not coast to coast, but they are traveling to the West Coast. Lions are still favored -3, 48.5. So it looks like the highest total of the week of the games that we're doing, at least. I think highest of the week. 48.5. They both can score a lot of points, so I wouldn't be surprised if this goes over, but I am taking the Lions. Maybe buy it down to 2.5 to be safe, but I think I like the Lions -3. I might even take it up to like -4, -5, but I like the Lions here for sure to win. They're a better team. Chargers are so inconsistent. Can't trust them. And at home, that doesn't mean anything for the Chargers at home. So, what are you thinking?
No, I'm right there with you. I mean, Detroit, like they're going to travel to LA for that.
Yeah, more fun than Detroit. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Oh, Detroit.
You know, Detroit is probably in the 40s, right now.
Exactly.
So take Detroit, take the points. The 48.5, that's kind of high, but I think it could get up to 51 points in terms of like the final score.
Mhm.
So I would take the over on that one, but I wouldn't, commit a whole lot of units on that one. So give me Detroit -3.
Okay. All right. Next game, we're just going to touch on this for a second. Also, Giants Cowboys -17.5. That is a ridiculous spread for the Cowboys. And the over/under is only 39.5. So it's going to be like, I don't know. I don't want to do all that math right now. That little bit of math, I guess. But they think the Cowboys are going to score all the points. The Giants are going to score like 7 points. So, man, Daniel Jones is back, right? He played last week.
I know. I think the pizza boy DeVito is still playing.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
Oh, Tommy.
Gosh, man, that's such a high. That's so many points. I mean, I guess I'd lean toward the Cowboys. It's probably going to be a blowout. So I hate that a half point, but it's probably going to be 24 point blowout. So, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'd take Dallas and not stress about it.
Yeah, but I don't pick when it's this high. I usually don't pick it. That's just.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. All right. Sunday night game, Jets, Raiders, barn burner.
The Raiders.
Man, wouldn't it be fun if it was like if it was like Curtis, my favorite Martian back then, Chris Berman, the Raiders. But no, now we got Zach Wilson and Aiden O'Connell and oh man, I liked the Raiders last week because they had the new coach, and they seem to all be like excited about him, and that's always new coach. You can usually squeeze out a win. Jets though, I mean, I don't know, man. The Jets looked terrible last week. The Raiders played a bad team. 36.5. I think I'd look toward the under, even though that's so low. I feel like you've got something to say. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this game?
Raiders all day.
Okay.
Give me the +1 home dogs. The coach even went as so far as to bring the valet people like on the sidelines and stuff, the people that were driving everybody around. He is definitely a player's coach, and I think everybody's going to rally around him once again. And the Jets, you're basically just relying on like, hey, can their defense just absolutely swarm the quarterback? And they are good enough to do that.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner is going to be, taking the job of taking Devontae out. So it's going to be up to your other core receivers, Jacoby Myers, excuse me, to get the job done. So yeah, give me Raiders +1. 36.5 is real low, but I think it actually could be under, but I wouldn't bet it because I could see it, just being 21 to 17, and then you lost it.
Yeah. I think I like the Raiders here too. That +1, might as well just take a money line.
Yeah,
like you said, they're I don't know. They like the coach. They're playing well. I think they'll beat the kind of bad teams for now, and then they'll kind of go back to losing toward the end of the season. And the Jets just aren't very good. Like you said, it's going to be, can their defense make a bunch of stops? I think the Raiders, even though they've been a terrible rush team, they've got a good running back with Jacobs. So maybe they can put that together instead of having to throw it too much. But like you said, Devontae Adams is probably going to be covered. And so maybe look, if you're going to bet this, maybe take his under, because I would imagine he's still going to be at like 70 yards over under. So if he's in the 70s, maybe take that under. But if they for some reason put him down to like the low 60s, maybe stay away. Yeah. All right. I think that's it for us tonight. Colin, thank you for joining me.
Yep, and I gotta make an amendment. I gotta do it.
All right.
49ers -3.
Okay.
Put it on the table.
All right. Then I'm gonna
they had a week off.
Then I'm gonna change the figures. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
49ers -3. Don't make me a fool, Shanahan.
All right. Well, I like that. It's kind of an emotional hedge for me because I had that early beginning of the season bet on the Niners, that $50 for them to win it all, where you get every time they win, you get a free bet. So kind of the win-win situations. But I still like the Jaguars legitimately.
Who's your, if you had to pick like two locks, who are your two like locks?
Locking it. Lions. Definitely the Lions. And then yeah, I want to say the Cardinals, but I think the Lions and the Steelers, unfortunately. So, NFC North.
Mine's the Colts and also Detroit -3.
Right, yeah.
Though I tell you honestly, Cleveland +6.5 is real enticing.
Oh, we skipped that game. What's that?
Yeah, Cleveland, Baltimore -6.5 at home.
Yes, I forgot about that. I like Cleveland there. I forgot to put that on here because Baltimore's so hot, but the divisional games are so weird in the AFC North. 6.5 too many points. So I like Cleveland there too.
Yeah,
put that on here. Cleveland
rocks, man.
Baltimore. All right. Yeah, I like Cleveland +6 there. One more agreement for the road. Take it home with you.
Why not? You want to have one more agreement? Denver, Buffalo, Monday night game.
I mean, Buffalo, right? We're both taking Buffalo. Bounce back Bills. Yep. All right. One more agreement. Stick it in your pocket. And all right.
We're either the smartest podcast going or we're the dumbest podcast going.
Last week we were good. We were, what did we say, like 3-1 or something, plus the extra game.
This year we've been good. If y'all have taken our bets, y'all have made money. And if y'all haven't taken our bets,
that's on you. Exactly. We're just giving away free money, so you're welcome. So subscribe, rate, review. Yeah. Unsubscribes, resubscribe, double it up.
Get a troll farm to start, posting our stuff. Do whatever y'all need to do to let the people know.
Stop farming for Bitcoin and do it to help our show. And so if anyone out there that's listening is farming for Bitcoin, stop, help our show, and then you can get back to it.
Yeah, give those servers a rest. The environment appreciates it.
Thank you. All right. That's our message for today. Good luck with those bets. As always, right? We say be responsible, hedge your bets, follow us completely, do not stray, take everything. And we'll see you next week. All right, Colin, see ya. Let's make some money.
Hey, buddy. Let's do it. Go Green Bay.
Go Pack. Woo.